We're back again.
Okay, I will again. Right, so the mast is up. The mast raising system is now relaxed, and we could take it off. But for the sake of this little evolution, I'm going to show you what we're doing. Now, so the mast is up. We've proved that it swivels. Did you film it swiveled?
Yep.
So we've got a swiveling mast. It does it all by itself. You don't have to do any more to it. The uppers and the lowers are tight. This item could come off now and be stowed either in the garage at home or in the boat. If the boat's going to stay on the water, you might just as well take the mast raising system and leave it at home. It doesn't have to dance around like a spear inside the bottom of the boat. All right? If you're on an inland waterway and you've got lots of bridges to go under, then it's just as easy to leave it on the boat. All right? Dead easy. Now, remember what we were talking about earlier about the messenger line. This is the furling system. It's called the Flexible Furler. Don't worry if it's got some kinks in it. It's a flexible furler and it's designed to normalise once it's out in the sunshine. Now we're in a cold workshop today, but if you look at it, it's only got a little tiny swivel in it. Yours might be more fierce, but do not worry. Right? It's got a lifetime warranty on it. You won't break it. We don't want to try and bend it in half to try and snap it, but if you look after it, it'll be fine. It needs nothing doing to it. It needs no maintenance. Okay? Now, here's the blue line. And here's the white line, which is the halyard. The blue line's going to go in your toolbox. Now then, again, we'll speak in hypothetically. If we have the sail lying on the foredeck here, we feed it into this gate. This gate here. It's a little cutout in the furling system. A little cutout in the furling system. That's the gate where we start with the sail. So what we're going to do, we untangle our lines so they're free to move up and down. Okay? We feed in, and it's a good job we got this on film, you feed in the head of the sail. The head of the sail has a fabric loop. If there's a metal ring there, that is not the head. A fabric loop. We feed it in about 2 inches. We then attach the halyard with a bowline to the top of the sail. You're then going to be left with about 24 inches of rope. That can be cut off. Right? It can be cut off with your sharp knife. You don't want to leave that dangling at the top there, because as this lot swivels, it's all going to get snarled up, isn't it? So after you've fed the sail in about 2 inches, attach the halyard with a bowline and remove the excess.
All of the excess, or?
All of the excess.
Yeah.
You leave about half an inch.
Yeah, okay.
Because it's never going to need to be longer. Right. It's never going to need to be longer. That's the only piece of line, string, whatever on this boat that you need to cut. And you can't do it till the sail goes on. All right? Now, once the sail's on, we've already fed it in about 2 inches, we're going to pull on the blue line. Now, I don't want you to pull 20 metres away from the boat. I want you to pull a nice straight pull in line, and you'll see what's happening. All right? The sail is attached to this, and I'm going to put a little knot in here just so we don't lose the end. But the sail's in there, so we continue to pull. Jerry, you just pull on that one.
Okay.
All right. You're just nice and gently. You're going to pull, pull, pull. Now what's happening is where this knot is, and we're speaking hypothetically, the sail would be attached. So keep pulling, keep pulling, keep pulling. Go, go, go. Keep pulling all the way down, and you'll notice. That's it. Keep pulling. That the halyard is kept captive inside the furling system, so it doesn't get snarled up when it's going round and round and round. Okay? You carry on, carry on, carry on, carry on. You're going to get to about there. So if we said about a foot, because I don't do metric, around the gate area, it's going to stop because the sail has reached the top of its travel. Mm-hmm. Yeah? We then take off our messenger line, and we put that in our toolbox with the 2 bolts out of the rudders. We've finished with that. Okay, we've finished with the messenger line, and this is called a bitter end. And we're going to attach the bitter end to the shackle at the base of the furling system. Are you with me so far, boys?
Yep.
Right? We attach it, and you can put a half hitch in it. That's all it needs. Right? You can put a couple of half hitches in it. That's all it needs. Out of sight, out of mind. So that is the sail up. Then we get the tack line, which is that one that looks like a little bootlace. It's in a little plastic bag. The sail is now going to be about here. What I want you to do is to feed the bottom of the sail back into the groove so it can come down. right? So that the whole of the leading edge or the luff of the sail is supported by the furling system.
Right.
The tack line then goes from there to the bottom of the sail.
Yeah.
And that is the sail done. Okay? Then we attach the sheet by folding the whole sheet in half, feeding it through the eye and back on itself.
Okay.
Then we roll the sail manually, anti-clockwise. Anti-clockwise. We roll this sail, so the sail's now going to be rolling up. Yeah?
Yep.
Roll it, roll it, roll it, all the way around. Go, keep going, keep going, keep going. The sail is now fully rolled up. We then attach our furling line. And we attach the furling line after the sail is rolled up.
Okay.
So that the furling line will then run from this little hole, through this little mouth, through the fair lead, here, not the metal one, the little black one,
Right.
through the fair lead. It goes outboard of this stanchion, so it's going to go round the outside. It's going to come straight up, it's going to go through the little eye in the base of the stanchion, through the eye in the base of the stanchion. It's going to go all the way back to its anchor point and jammer, which is there. Now then, because we rolled the sail up and the drum was empty, if I now pull on the sheet to pull the sail out, the furling line is going to roll onto the drum. Easy. So if I want to put the sail away, I now pull on the furling line and let go of the sheet, and it rolls it away. If I want it out, I pull on the sheet and let the furling line go, and it's like that. It's not even a push me pull you. One will pull it out, one will pull it out, and one will put it away. And it's as easy as that. The boom, which I've shown you, we've attached the out haul to, attaches to the gooseneck. This is called a gooseneck, right? There's two bolts. The tube on the boom goes in here and is supported by the topping lift, which goes from here all the way to the top to the back of the boom. All right? Which isn't there, but that's what will happen.
Yeah.
And that's it. You're then going to feed the sail on from here. You're going to slide it all the way along and secure it with the out. Happy? That, gentlemen, is it. It is that simple. Now, we've been sailing. Hypothetically, we've been sailing. We're going to take the boat home and get it all cleaned up. Dead simple. We're going to lower the sail and roll it onto the boom. Take the boom off, topping lift, main sheet of the gooseneck, and put the boom back down below where it was stowed when we started. This time it's got the sail on it.
Okay.
Happy?
Right.
You don't need to keep taking the sail off and taking the battens out and putting it back in its bag.
Right.
Remember I said you leave the battens in the pockets all the time.
Yeah.
So we're going to roll the sail, so the sails come down, I've undone my main halyard, I roll it, and tie it onto the boom. Take the boom off and put it down below.
Okay.
That's that out of the way now. I then need to undo the end of my furling line, leave the jib on the furler. So you can leave for short periods of time, the sail can stay on here. Because this is flexible,
Right.
and the sail's flexible, leave it on there.
Yeah.
Right? For short trips to different cruising areas. If you're going to be towing thousands of miles, take it off so that the road crime doesn't make it dirty. So, we've undone the furling line because we need to undo the furling line because at some stage this is going to come off. So what we're going to do, we set the mast raising system, we've attached our mini stays, we attach our static lines, we go click, click, click till the mast is tight. So this is tight, the static line becomes tight. Now what's happening now is we are trying to pull the mast forward. We are pulling the mast forward. The reason we want to do that is so that we can get the pin out from the base of the mast. Okay? That's simple. Using your ladder. And while you're doing this, the rest of the crew might be cleaning, tidying, making secure, putting everything back where it belongs inside the boat. Take the pin out. Take the ring out. Take the pin out. And always put the pin back where it came from. That way you don't lose it. Right, so we've put the pin in. We've put the pin back where it came from. Put the ring ding on. And it can't fall out and it's ready for next time. Now because I'm working single-handed, I'm going to put my piece of line back on here. And I'll give you a piece of line for you to make life easy for you. But if you've got a crew helping you, it's easy. That can just as easily sit there. I'm going to secure it. It won't hurt it, right? It's a flexible furler. And that little, remember what I said about that little kinky bit in there? Don't worry about it at all, because once the boat's been out in the sunshine, it will normalise. Using the ladder, take your time, get back on board. The rig is now ready to come down. So, if I slacken off the furling system, you'll notice how the mini stays now, and we're not worried about things getting snarled up coming down, because I haven't got anything under tension. So I can just wind away, slowly, and at the end of the day I want to guide the mast back into its little roller on the back of the boat. This is my spare hand here. Right, and I can use my foot on the mini stay to guide the mast into its roller. Nice and gently, lower away.
There's no pin or anything goes in when it's completely vertical. There's no pin or anything like that.
No. It's all the wires that are keeping it up there.
Yeah.
Right. All the way down. Relax. Right? That is the mast down. Now, if I was going under a bridge, right? If I was going under a bridge, I can get this. I could take this off. I could take this off and lower it, or I could leave it there, right?
Yeah.
But if you're going under a bridge, then when you've been under the bridge, you're on the French canals, wherever, we put the stick up again now, but instead of jumping off onto the trailer, you have to do everything lying on the foredeck, right? So you're not going to do it very often, but anyway. So we've finished with that now. So the mast racing kit can come off. So I'm going to take off the static line. Take off the music there. Move around your boat nice and gently. Take off the mini stays. And always put the pins and things back where you got them from. If you take a bolt out, stick it back in the same place. Okay. All finger tight. Just make it all up again, nice and tidy, ready to use next time. Roll everything up, nice and tidy. Roll it all up, and it's just purely now to make it tidy before we cast away. I do this just to keep it tidy. Remember, it's only finger tight, this one. Don't need any spanners. Balance it on your foot. Don't wreck the paintwork on your boat. Again, we always put the bolt back where it came from. And that, gentlemen, is the mast raising system finished with. Okay. Okay? You just lay it on the floor, it's not too heavy. Okay. Not difficult, was it? We're now going to put the mast back into its road going position. Okay? I'm going to put it back in its road going position. So, 2 9/16 spanners. Undo the bolt that it's hinged on down here. Undo it with your pinkies. Knock the bolt out. Keep the bolt separate. Okay. Simon, just borrow you a minute. Now, yes, I can do it by myself, but this is a brand spanking new boat and I don't want to scratch it. Just clear the furler as we go forward.
Yeah.
Watch your anti-foul fingers.
Yeah.
Right. Now then, what we're going to do, it's on a roller. Don't go low, otherwise you'll damage your spreader. So keep it quite high. For short distances on the road, you can leave your halyard and your topping lift on. If it's for a long journey, like going home today, you're going to take them off again. So again, we raise the mast up, undo those lines which are on the mast, and then we walk the mast forward. Right, nice and gently. Look. You're okay.
What's that, the
Can you just hear the grey down the back of the boat? No, just the grey furler. Just pull that out a bit.
Lovely. That's it, that's lovely. Lovely.
Right, now remember what I said? We don't want to secure it, but when I put it down, it's going to bend the spreader. So what I want you to do, push it across one way, put it underneath, push it across the other way, put it underneath. Now they're secure underneath the nuts, which is not heavy. And we come all the way to the front, and we put our bolt, which was the same bolt that it secured to the tabernacle, back on. Get your 9/16 spanners, and just give it a couple of turns. You don't have to wind it up, you just have to do it until the nylock bites. There. Tip of the bolt is showing. That cannot come off. The furling system now. I've got the furling system. It's a flexible furler. We get it back to where we were. Quite flexible. And that's when we start securing it for the road. Got this nice little bow in it. We go around and put lots of cable ties on it and make it secure the way your boat is as we speak. This boat is now ready to tow. It's that simple. Yeah, messenger line I'll put on later, so you can pass that to me. Thank you. But that's how easy it is. So, we stop, and by all means, if you can practice at home with no power cables and you've got no telephone cables outside the house, you could practice putting the rig up at home prior to arriving at the slipway and it all going pear-shaped. That way I'm on the end of the telephone and you can say, Richard, I've had a bit of brain fade, can you talk me through it? So I'll just go through it manually now. We've arrived at the slipway. We've taken the lighting board off, you've taken your prop bag off, you've taken your tie down off. You've got your mast raising system ready. You've cut all your ties. You've undone the bolt at the front. You've walked the mast backwards. You've cleared the spreaders from underneath the lifelines by going left and right. You've continued to walk it back and keep it high at about shoulder height. You then instruct your crew to fit your main halyard and your topping lift and your windex. We then secure the base of the mast to the tabernacle. We then get the mast raising system, balance it on your foot so you don't damage your paintwork on your boat, undo all the little bits, fit the mast raising system with the winch facing up, fit the static line to the forward cleats, attach the winch line to the mast point where the holes are. Bless you. Okay, and you start to wind the rig up. You've probably detailed one of your crew off to hold onto the furling system, but I've just proved to you it can be done single-handed. If there's 2 or 3 of you, it's even easier. Get one of the kids to hold onto the furling system and just follow you around. We don't want them to wander off into the scenery. Keep them close to the boat so it doesn't try and pull the rig over. You've attached your mini stays and you wind, and if it's going click, 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 it's going to raise the mast. As it's going up, take your time. You're looking for snags or snarly bits. Untangle things prior to the rig getting up. If, as the rig is going up, it suddenly goes tight, don't force it, stop, have a good look around. What is stopping it going up? And it could be, and if you could just film this little bit here, we've now got a shackle here, which has got a twist in it. Okay? It's got a twist in it. It would be easy just to give it a wriggle to sort it out. That's its natural plane. Okay? Can you make that out on that?
Yeah.
That's its natural plane, but sometimes it's going to do that. Now, if you try to raise the rig, it's all going to be snarled up. So give things a shake and let them settle down. It's as easy as that. Once the mast is vertical, give it another couple of clicks, as if you're really struggling to pull it forward, so that the pin can go in onto the chain plate. Once the pin is in and the ring is on, you can relax. The mast raising system can be taken off and stowed away. Put the sails on, put the boom on, put the boat in the water, and go and enjoy. And that's how easy it is. And you've got my mobile number, 07812 336 940. If you're not sure, ask. I would rather you ring me rather than wait till you've broken something because you're stubborn and you didn't want to disturb me. I would rather you call me and I'll take you through it. I won't be patronising, I'll take you through it nice and gently, as I've done for hundreds of customers. We've had the customer ring, Richard, the infernal Yamaha refuses to start. He hasn't put the kill cord on. That simple. End of did. Thank you.
Do you want to go and
stop recording?
do you want to go and have a look at the
I'll have a
ties?
fag. I'm having another cigarette.
Where all the ties are.
Males and females. I can talk to them, I can get the subject over if they're willing to listen.
Well, I've just made you my advisor when I buy a boat.
Pardon?
I've just made you my advisor. Probably might not buy it off you.
Cable ties. There's my cable tie there. And cable ties again.